Hello, everyone. I am Joy Williams, founder of Healing Joy Ministries, where I believe that we all should have a right to health and well being. So, today I wanted to continue with my theme of keeping to a schedule, which I have been trying to do since the pandemic and school. I'm doing a master's program. They have asked us to extend our week of spring break, and then we're going to go remote. Um, so I'm just like trying to find a new rhythm, and since I am prone to let my mind wander into anxiousness and anxiety, I've been trying to keep to a schedule, which has helped ground me and help me to focus on the next thing. Instead of just this wide open space and having no idea what's going to happen and constantly going to the CDC or to the WHO or looking at people's Facebook feeds and just kind of thinking about like what's the next thing going on. Or so this has just really helped me to be calm and to find a new normal, which I have really enjoyed. The peace of mind that is coming through this and being able to share this time with those that I live with. So today, though, I want to play a game of charades with you, and I also want to tell you about 3 ways that I have learned how to hygienically wipe myself after going to the bathroom if there is no toilet paper around. So I'll get to that last part, but first, charades, like please play with me. I love charades. Okay, so I actually my mom reminded me, we were playing earlier and she was like, I actually don't know the rules, and I don't either. So this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna give you a movement. Oh wait, that's my first movement. I'm gonna do a movement. I'm gonna tell you first like what category it's in, like if it's a noun or adjective or something like that. And then in the comments, if you can like guess what it is. And then like whoever guesses correctly, you will not go next because we won't be able to see you. I'm just gonna act out things and then you just guess it, okay? And we'll see how it goes. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Okay, I just wanna act things out. Okay, here's the first one. I already showed you, but do it again. Do it from a different angle. I'll stand up even. Did you guess it? It was baby. Okay, here's the second one. This is an adjective, okay? And it's related to what we're gonna do the second half of this video. All right, let's not think, okay, that's kind of graphic. We won't do that one. Okay, but if you guess going to the bathroom, you would be right. Okay, here's the third one, and then we'll move on to the second half of the video. The third one is, this is a really good one. This is a verb, okay. Did you guess it? If you guessed washing your hands, you got it. All right, let's move into the second half of the video, which is where I'm going to share with you a topic that's actually very dear to my heart. When I started traveling to different countries, I began to see how basic activities were done differently around the world. So when I say around the world, I mainly mean in West Africa, Mali, which is where I was. And then I also spent time in the Caribbean to different islands there, as well as Central and South America. So those are mainly the places that I am referring to when I say around the world. So the first place that I learned how to use the bathroom differently was in Mali. So there, they had a bucket, in the communities that I was in, there was a bucket of water that, I didn't put water in here for the sake of like being at home and stuff, but you had a bucket of water and it was near the place of where you were going to use the bathroom. But since we were talking about their method of being sanitary, coupled with our access to toilets, I'm going to adjust this for that very purpose. So this chair is actually going to be representative of a toilet, and this bucket is going to be representative of what I learned in Mali that I am bringing to our situation of having a toilet. There, I actually did not have a toilet. It was a different type of acceptance system of the waste. So here, it was just like a hole in the ground. So here's your bucket of water. You use the bathroom, and your left hand is the hand that you wipe with. And, oh, okay, that might be a shocker for some people. So let me just give you a few seconds to react. Yes, we are going to wipe ourselves with the left hand. Your right hand is used for business purposes and for eating. And if you extend your left hand to someone, it is considered a complete insult for that very reason, because you're using it to wipe yourself and to do other bodily functions or to other bodily cleaning habits. So your left hand is strictly personal use. And with that, like whether it's messy, like whatever, like your left hand is what you use to wipe yourself. So imagine this bucket being filled with water. Then you have a smaller container in which you are scooping the water out, and and it's actually, so like when I first learned it, I was told to actually squat. They didn't have chairs or toilets, right? So you would squat. I can't really squat because of my knee. But when you squat, it's a lot easier to reach your anus. And so when you scoop and then you bring your hand underneath you to wipe, so you don't necessarily want to go from behind like we do with toilet paper, because you can't really reach it well with your hand. There's not a lot of control, so you want to go from the front. Male or female, you want to go from the front. And you scoop, so you have your bucket of water, you have your container, and you touch nothing else with your left hand as you are doing this movement. You scoop with the right hand, you put the water into your left hand without touching it, and then you continue the movement until you are clean. But since we're not squatting like in Mali, we are like in the US with the toilet, you're just going to widen your legs on the seat of the toilet, put some space so that you can reach yourself, and do the same activity. Just bring your hand and keep giving water until you are clean. Now, there's also new tools like a bidet, I'm not really sure how to pronounce it. People pronounce it differently, but it's almost like a little squirt gun or a little water spray that is attached to the toilet in different ways. Sometimes it's an external tool that connects to the sink, and then you can clean yourself that way. You don't have to touch yourself at all. You just spray yourself clean. Some toilets actually have it as a part of the toilet, it'll come out and it'll spray you from underneath. There's different ways of getting the same water effect, whether you use or don't use your hand. So if you use the hand feature and you use your hand, you do not touch anything with your left hand. You immediately go, you don't pull your pants up, you immediately go wash your hands clean in the way that I did during the charades, and then you continue the cleanup process. So pulling up your pants, anything else you need to do, you could actually flush the toilet with your right hand before you wash your hands. So anything that's easy to do that you can do with one hand, with one clean hand, you do it with your right hand. But your left hand is the only thing that touches your body, and it is the only thing that you will touch in this activity. So everything is done with your right hand in the bucket of water. And make sure that you have water in your bucket. And that's why they had a separate container. They had one bucket that was larger that held the bucket, so that multiple people can use it without having to go get water and come back. And then a smaller container that would just scoop what you need. And then this container would either sit outside of the big bucket, or it would just sit inside, because every time you touch it, it's with the right hand, which is supposedly the clean hand. But definitely make sure that you rigorously wash your hands after it, paying attention to your fingernails. And yeah, so some people are like, that's not me, that's gross. Hey, I don't think it's gross. I think it's just a different way of 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 cleaning yourself. And actually, many people around the world do this method. But let's move on to method number 2, which is using a bath cloth. So when I grew up, my friend reminded me of this, like a birdie bath. We called it like a wash up. And so what we would do is we would either have a bucket of water and soap that was already warm water and soap that was already prepared for us, or it was in the sink. And we would just like take a shower using the bath cloth, washing it with soap and water, and then reusing it. But you can use the same method. Like if you go to the bathroom and you don't have toilet paper and you still need to wipe yourself, you have your, wherever your sink is, wherever your bucket is, or whatever it is, you have your bath cloth that has been saturated with warm water and soap, and you use it to wipe yourself, and you have something nearby that you can dip it in, squeeze it out, and keep wiping, you know, whatever, if that works for you. So that's another way of cleaning yourself without toilet paper that is hygienic. And make sure that you wash your hands thoroughly after. And then what you do with this is you can either have like a separate hamper that you can just put this in so that you can wash later. But I know when I was growing up, we washed it out by hand after we were finished, and then we hung it up to dry. But yeah, some people don't want to do that, so you can wash it daily or something. I don't know, like whatever your hygiene habits are after that is, I guess it's up to you, but you can put it in something separate and then deal with the cleaning of the cloth in a washing machine, how you normally do your laundry. Okay, so here is the third way. The third way is what I learned when I used to lead hikes on the Appalachian Trail on the eastern coast of the United States, mainly in Connecticut. And we would go outside. And I remembered that we were to be like 10 feet from, it's actually like if you were to take 70 steps from any water source, any camping source, anything like that. And you would dig a hole, and the hole was like 6 to 8 inches. And some people have a hard time imagining what that's like. So you can think of like a dollar bill. You can think of like the size of your foot, deep and wide, your foot-ish, right? And then you just like do your business there. But I am not saying do your business outside. I'm saying use the toilet to do your business. Like that has its own clean system. Use the toilet, flush the toilet. And when you go to wipe yourself, go ahead and have like some leaves here or something paper. This could either be a newspaper. I don't have a newspaper in my home, or else I would show you the newspaper. And you would just like wipe yourself like you would normally. And then you would dispose of it in a plastic bag. So let me actually do this the way that you would do it. So your plastic bag is inverted. So this is the right way, right? There, this is the right way. So you invert it so that the inside of where you're going to put your items is facing more front, because that's more hygienic, because you don't have to touch it. And again, I recommend that you use one hand. Your left hand is what I am used to designating. So you can use this as you would toilet paper. So wipe yourself however you would. And once you wipe yourself, you have the plastic bag and you put it in the plastic bag. And you don't touch anything with the hand that you use to wipe yourself, right? Just in case. But hopefully you wiped yourself well so that it didn't get in your hand. But sometimes it may, like your leaf may not be as long as you want it to be. All right, so here you are. You have your bag. Now you can get up, wash your hands in your sink. You can get off the toilet, wash your hands vigorously, paying attention to your fingernails, and then clean up as usual. So go ahead and pull your pants up. And I am going to show you like the toilet seat and all that's down, like your hands are clean. And I'm going to show you what we're going to do. So you can either take this and like you would doggy poop, just go ahead and your hands are clean now. Tie it and then throw it away in the trash. But if you want to be a little bit more eco, your hands are clean now because you already washed your hands. You take your bag and you go outside. And I'm going to show you what I did prior to this. The sun was shining, and it's nice. I know these are like really awkward options to wash your hands, especially if you have only used toilet paper in your life, and especially if you have toilet paper has always been on this earth to help people wipe themselves. So unfortunately, both of those ideas have not always been true for everyone. So not everyone has always had toilet paper in their life, and also toilet paper hasn't always been here as a truth. So I'm going to turn the camera. Here we are. Here is a little hole, and you can dig it about, like I said, 6 to 8 inches wide, 6 to 8 inches deep, and that's also like the size of a dollar bill, I think. And so, like, since you don't want to touch the waste that's inside of your bag, so what you do is, and the reason why you bury it is so that other animals and stuff won't, like, come and pick it up. So, like, you put it in your hole, and then you have, all right, my paper and stuff is a little bit bigger. But you take the dirt and mind you, this would be done a little bit better. But anyway, you take your dirt and you put it on top. And you might even want to have, I don't know if my hole was really 6 to 8 inches, but anyway, you put all of that down and you make it nice and pretty again. And then you can even put like something on top to discourage animals from trying to dig it up. And there you go. And then your plastic bag, you do throw away. You just don't want to bury your plastic bag. Hard on the environment to do. So I hope this has been, at the very least, educational. This is my backyard, by the way. I hope it's been educational, just to kind of take out the fear of what do I do if I don't have toilet paper. And again, these are just experiences that I learned when I was in Mali, when I was leading hikes and hiking on the Appalachian Trail in the U.S., and when I spent time in the Dominican Republic.